achieved over the years. And PACT is going to aim at developing 18,000 hectares of small-scale irrigation in Ethiopia. The question is, what are we going to do differently in PACT to make these irrigation schemes sustainable and play a significant role in food self-sufficiency for Ethiopia? How can we make these millions of dollars being invested, billions of birr being invested, give Ethiopia the return that it deserves? And I think I'm really calling upon the communities, the regional governments, the federal government, to continuously really elaborate and think about this point here very seriously in ways of making irrigation more effective and sustainable and reduce only government investments. How can we get private sector investing in Ethiopia? And when I say private sector, I mean also the farmers themselves investing in irrigation, government assisting them to invest in irrigation. And I think as we proceed, we have discussed this with the PACT team, that it is one of the key things that we really would like to. And we have also discussed with the Ministry of Irrigation and Lowlands that this is also one area that really requires broader attention as we move forward. So with these words, I would like to say thank you very much, Minister, and I would like to thank you very much for the support that you have given us to arrive at the signing event in May last year for this financing, and we really look forward to a fruitful and productive project. Thank you very much.
Would like to thank Mr. Miora Chitima. Honorable Miora once again would like to recognize and thank IFAD for the generous support to PACT, which aims at nicely articulated food security, resilient to all shocks. Thank you very much, Mr. for sharing your insights with us. Kubratina Kubran. በመካከላችን ክቡር ዶክተር ፍቅሩ ረጋሳ የኢፌዴሪ ግብርና ሚኒስቴር የእንስሳት ልማት ዘርፍ ሚኒስትር ዴኤታ አሉ እና ደስ ብሎናል። እሳቸውንም በጭብጨባ እንኳን ደህና መጡ ብለን እንቀበላቸው። አንዳንድ ጊዜ ድሮ ደህና ነበርኩ፣ አሁን ትንሽ እድሜ እየጨመረ ሲመጣ አይኔ እየደከመ መምጣቱ ነው። ኦፍ ኮልቸር ቁልፏና የኔ ጥፋት ነው፣ ይቅርታ ብያለሁ። Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am once again greatly honored to most respectfully invite Dr. Ramis Al-Koro, who is UN resident and humanitarian coordinator in Ethiopia. Dr. Ramis has more than 28 years of experience in executive leadership and strategic planning. Please welcome Sir to make a keynote address. We are greatly honored. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Your Excellency, Vidman Mente, Minister of Agriculture, Your Excellency, State Ministers present, my dear friend Mavira Chitima, IFAD Country Director, representatives of government institutions, donors, members of press, colleagues, dear friends, consider all protocols in place. First of all, I would like to congratulate everybody, every stakeholder, for the fact that today we are launching this convertible PACT. So definitely congratulations to the government, congratulations to the IFAD, European Union, and of course Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for this initiative. Why
why it is important from the broader perspective. We all support sustainable development goals. And sustainable development goals have only 7 years to go. So Agenda 2030. And of course, there is a linked agenda for Africa, which is a longer perspective. But if you look at what is happening, the goal number 2 is zero hunger, food security, improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. And unfortunately, the climate change is really affecting strongly these perspectives. In September of last year, the progress towards the SDGs was reviewed in New York at the SDG Summit. And among the accelerators which are key to make the progress towards all of the SDGs, the agro-food systems were identified as absolutely critical ones. Why? Because when we have a sustainable and impactful agro-food system, immediately there is a positive impact on the health outcomes. Immediately there are positive impacts on the economic outlook, because not only agriculture provides nutrition base, eliminates mortality, supports health outcomes, it actually also provides an important impact on the linkage of the farmers to the market. People are linked to the market, they're generating income, they're able to have education outcomes, and then the holistic engine of development is fired up. That is why agro-food systems are absolutely critical for the future of development of the country, and for that sake of any society in the world. Now, what is one of the challenges we face? Obviously, we have a number of challenges, but the climate change and its impact represents a challenge. So we need to adapt, we need to change, and we need to be able to address these challenges. First of all, we need early warning systems. We need early warning systems to understand what the systematic droughts and changes from drought to floods, what the El Niño and La Niña effects on us are, so that every time that we prepare for the harvest and then we prepare the farmers, we know what to do. Second is working on regeneration of the ecosystems. Very often when I travel, I see deserted lands or deforested lands, but I was really inspired, for instance, in the neighboring region of Somali, where during the floods, I have visited one area where our partners of the food sector have worked on the Half Moon projects. This was not a very costly project. The land was reworked in a sloping way. The half moons were dug to prevent water during the flooding from going away and actually to accumulate in a very deserted area. The way this was done is through actually payments which we channeled towards the community, and the effect was amazing. During the floods, this area was the only one which was not flooded. Moreover, the complete desert area which was there, which was totally dry, became very green. And actually, even without putting seeds into that land, we have seen, and the local population has advised us, that the plants they have not seen maybe in 6-7 years had started to come because it was still in the soil. So this is just one example of adaptation, which is a very simple one. But of course, this project will enable us to look at the regeneration of ecosystems in a more holistic way. Next point is climate resilient agriculture. We have to face the reality. The planet is not the same. We have to understand better quality of seeds. We have to understand adaptation practices which we need to put in place to achieve high results. And here I must also speak to myself, to all of our development partners and donors. We need to bring modern solutions to the table. The technologies of the past will not work.